Got the whole family out today. Good morning, welcome back. Sunday, early morning show. And it's action-packed. Look at that, eh? Going to go see, once a year we try to get to a Tigers game. About 2 hours away, and it's just fun to go to the ballpark. I used to be a huge baseball fan. Through the years, it's kind of waned. But you still got to go to the ballpark. Good hot dogs, beer, all ridiculously priced. But what can you do? It's just fun. We got a minor league team here in town that we like to go see a couple times a year, just for the atmosphere. So we're going down with some friends today. Cabrera's trying to get 500 home runs. I don't think he got it last night. I hadn't checked, so if not, could happen today. Could be a history-making game. I don't know, but we're just going to go down and have some fun. So have that going on. I did get these. All did get shipped out to everyone. The t-shirts, still waiting on those that won the t-shirts, so I'm still waiting on them. But the cups went out. I have had inquiries on these. I'm going to charge $10 for a mug plus shipping. Here's the problem yet. I got to find cheaper shipping. I went through the post office on the first mugs, $9 a mug to ship. I swear to God, from this contest, the shipping has cost me more than most of the prizes. It's been bad on Europe. I mean, it's like, oh, really? How much? Whoa. But I knew it was coming. So I do have some of these, some extras. And if I get people want them, hell, I'll buy some more. The person would make me more of them. But right now I'm looking at 10 plus shipping, and that I have to let you know. A few of you, I have your names. I know who you are that want that had some interest, but just got to find a little cheaper shipping. Let's begin. I just want to start with a new channel I just saw. A nice lady. Her name was Maria Wesley. And she has a channel, about 168 subs. Some of you may be already watching her. It just popped up in my feed. I watched her. She has a lot of enthusiasm for record collecting and what she's finding out there, and that's always fun. It's just fun to see people that are going, man, this is really neat. I'm enjoying it. So just a new channel to check out, Maria Wesley. We're going to begin with, we're going right into this because there's a lot today. I want to talk about first a Discogs and something I bought. So I was trying to buy an album. There was an auction for Eric Weinbender. Again, Eric Weinbender's GoFundMe. It's not for him. This is, as he's trying to, it's to pay for medical bills, and his medical bills are horrendous. So whatever we can do to help is a big difference, a whole different my GoFundMe was, I lost everything, which is nothing. Zero, that means nothing. His is, we're trying to repair the body. So big difference, and he's out of work, but the bills don't stop. So his GoFundMe is important. All right, so I was on an auction trying to get an album, and I lost. It was a MoFi. So afterwards, eBay comes up, hey, you might be interested in, and it was, they showed this album, On the Corner by Miles Davis. And I was, and I went on, and I looked, and actually, no, I went over to Discogs after that. I was, hey, I wonder what that would be in Discogs. And I found a place, and he says, hey, make an offer. So I made a lower offer, and it got accepted. So I was pretty excited. It comes in. It was this. It's not MoFi. It's a 2016 pressing, I believe. And it's like, what the hell? I paid a MoFi price for that. And I don't flip out or anything. I just, okay, I gotta let them know if something's wrong here and just refund my money. I'll send it back. So I sent a note to them just explaining, hey, I understand things happen, mistakes happen. I get it. I worked retail many years, and I don't need this album. If you have the MoFi still, please send that, and I will send this back. They wrote back, and they says that was their mistake. Someone there blew it. They cataloged it wrong. This was the album. So the owner said, you keep that album for free, and I'm going to find you a MoFi, and I'll send that to you for free and refund your money. And I wrote back, says, listen, thank you. This is fine. If I appreciate you letting me have this album. It's great. If you find a MoFi, I will pay for it. You don't have to send it to me free. Next day, I get a phone call. It's from the owner of, there we go, Napbutter Records. Napbutter Records is the name of the place. And they are in Long Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Los Colinas. Okay? So this owner calls me and goes, I found a near mint Miles Davis MoFi on the corner, and I'm going to send it to you for free. I says, I'm not expecting that. I just, zero expectation that I should have this. You gave me this record free. You refunded my money. Folks, I was happy. I thought that was the best customer service. Then they do this. That is superior customer service. I've worked retail my whole life, a lot of different levels of it, and that was incredible what they did. They were rated, I think, 100% on Discogs, and there's a reason they're rated 100% on Discogs. So if you want to look for a company on Discogs that had superior customer service, that's it right there. And so not only this, but I have a MoFi coming in. Very excited. Very excited. All right, we're going to begin with some stuff from Tone Scott. Tone Scott is a wonderful channel, and I'm surprised there's not that many subs, because he should easily be in the thousands. Tone Scott's out of California. He is a record producer, but he does writing. He's one of these Renaissance guys, there's so many things he puts his hands into, but he is part of the music industry. And I've been very fortunate to get to know him and to be able to talk with him. And, it's just, for me, it's a blessing. The amount of the cool people that I've met through the VC, from just a boring guy living out here, it's been really amazing. And Tone is one of these people that I basically consider to be a really good friend. And I got a lot of you that I consider to be very good friends. And so he sent me a VCLT package. One of the things in there was these magazines, Record Collector. Tone has written articles for Record Collector, Goldmine. He's written articles in Rolling Stone. So, again, he has his finger on the pulse. So I love music magazines. I used to read 10 a month or so till all they did is repeat their articles over and over. Hey, this month we have an article from 1972 about Pink Floyd. Oh, it's the one you had 2 years ago also. So these have been fun as I travel. I take these with me. So really love music magazines. So he sent me a few albums. This is the first one. This is Thomas Abban. Maybe I'm saying it right, maybe I'm not. A Sheik's Legacy. This came out in 2018. It's a 2 LP set. It's his debut. He's 21 years old. The guy plays every instrument. Every instrument. So he's one of these prodigies. He's sitting around and this music is blowing, going through his head, and he can look at an instrument and go, I can play it, and he does play it. The music, there's folk leanings to it, but yet kind of a 60s pop psych going on. But yet some of the songs, and you're going to hear the sample, are just hard blues rock. I mean, so he goes all over the place, and this is a debut, and he goes 2 LP. I mean, that can be a kiss of death, too, really. But he had so much in him that he wanted to get out. He grew up actually in Wales. At age 12, they moved to Minnesota. From Wales to Minnesota. I hope they didn't move in winter, because winter in Minnesota, it's called hell. That's right. I've been through many of them. Hell. But so, by age 9, he was playing guitar and he immersed himself into the blues, and he was just devoted to the blues. That was his thing. But as he got older, he's expanded. Great songwriting, very good lyrical content, and this is coming from a guy that doesn't hear lyrics very, very well. Really cool album. I enjoyed this. It was, a variety of styles, and when he rocks, this guy rocks, and I really, really like that. So, hope you dig that sample. Then he sent, these are the first 2 Lovin' Rockets. Now, there's a channel out there, and it's called Play Vinyl in the Milky Night. I've mentioned him before, and he showcases artists and the records he has from those artists. It's Play Vinyl in the Milky Night, and he did a wonderful thing, first on Bauhaus, and then he did it on Lovin' Rockets. So this group, if David J., Daniel Ash, and Kevin Haskin, they were in Bauhaus. Well, Bauhaus was getting dark, and they wanted to lighten it up, especially, I think, Daniel Ash, and they wanted to do something different because they just felt we're going in the bad direction. And so they broke up. Bauhaus broke up. David J. was in a group called Jazz Butcher, and the other 2 were on Tones on Tails. Well, they got back together and they formed Lovin' Rockets in 84, and in 85 they produced this album. This was called The Seventh Dream of a Teenage Heaven. Seventh Dream of a Teenage Heaven. That's a different title. Okay, all right, righto. But they wanted to transcend the negativity of goth and kind of bring more thought to the music and make it a little more positive, and which they did. There's this ethereal quality, I would have to say, to the production. The production is really layered and it just kind of takes it. Almost kind of like floats, but yet you have some songs. There's like what's it called on here? It's always hard for me to read it. Dog and A Day of Going, which is just a rocker. So there's some real good rockers on here. There's some stuff that's a little more dreamy quality, almost shoegazy. There's this more of a little louder. Just really great album. I mean, this was their debut, and it just sounded so good. A lot of cool guitars in some of this, and some great grooves. So that was the very first Lovin' Rockets. Just what a classic album. But then there was this one. So this is their second album, and this is Express. And here, this is a lot considered to be one of the very best Lovin' Rocket albums. So they kind of went and they moved forward more even into the shoegaze, into the dream pop world. Very neo-psychedelic type of album. The guitars on here, they come back with their swirling arrangements that go around them, and there is just some incredible rockers. I'm going to play a sample from Kundalini Express, and I mean that thing, it just grooves. It sounds like a train coming, and then it just takes off, and it builds and builds and builds into this kind of explosion of sound that happens. It is such a cool song. Yin and yang, upbeat, it's propulsive. So much good music is in this album. I had a couple of Lovin' Rockets in my previous collection, but I had the next 2. And I do have Earth, Sun, and Moon now. And this was one I'd always wanted and never had. I had a few 12 inches. So to get both of these Lovin' Rockets was just incredibly amazing. And so Tone Scott, it's It's really nice. Then the one that really that just set it off, the very first one I played. Out on Thunder Island. Oh my God. This is guilty pleasure right there. Boop, 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 beep, 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 beep. Thunder Island, Jay Ferguson. Oh, wow. Played this thing over and over. And this song has more do-do-dos than any other song in the whole wide world. I swear to God. Half the song is like, I don't have lyrics. You don't need lyrics. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. I could have been a songwriter. I can do that. And this is the doo-doo song. The doo-doo song. God, I love this. Oh, love this album. And I hadn't found it yet. Hadn't gotten it. He sent me a beautiful copy. Beautiful. So excited. Do-do-do. Thank you, Tone. Thank you very, very much for your generosity. That was really nice. And we're hoping to get together this year to meet and maybe play around of golf, which will be fun. I think he golfs. I think I suck. It should be fun anyway. If you take longer to get there, you have more time to talk. Okay, next, I am going to show you an album at my local Radio Wasteland, my local record store. Please look at his, if you haven't, sub his channel. He shows some good stuff. He bought this punk collection. It's insane, but I'm looking through one of the box and I came across this album. And I swear to God, he saw this. Jim saw this. I got goosebumps. I saw this and there was goosebumps that came on my arm because I've never seen it. And it is Mission of Burma. And this is Signals, Calls, and Marches. And this is their first EP. And it's off Ace of Heart Records. Mission of Burma, they came out of Boston. They formed in 79 and broke up in 83. Post-punk band. And we're talking one of the best post-punk. They were called Moving Parts first. They changed the name. They're in New York City. They were looked at. There's a building. On the building, it had a sign. The sign said Mission of Burma. They go, well, that's a neat name for a group. So, okay. So, nothing crazy. No wild hallucinogenic dreams or anything. That was it. It wasn't like this Ultimate Spinach. So this group, this is their very first album they did. This EP came out in 81. And this has on here When I Reach for My Revolver. Now, Mission of Burma was loud. And I mean, when I'm talking loud, we're talking insane levels of loudness. This album came out and it actually kind of cleaned them up and toned it down and made it listenable, shall we say. And for instance, the song When I Reach for My Revolver, which Moby did, the greatest rendition in the whole wide world, that song has a chorus, a singable chorus. Not something you usually find off Mission of Burma, but it does, and it is freaking good. And I'm in love. I love that song, and I learned about this group, that song, through Moby. Yeah, but I had CDs from this, but I never had this. And this is just one of those ultimate classic albums. And it gave me freaking goosebumps when I saw this. I could not believe it. It is that important. It's you know, their music, it's extremely loud, it's forceful, it's chaotic, it comes at you. A person went and saw them in concert, and they go, well, I don't recognize those songs, they were just playing them. But then you had this one. Yeah, this is their second album, Verse. And so this was where their first full-length album. It's off Ace of Hearts also. And the whole goal on this was they wanted to make it loud. They wanted to make it, this is Mission of Burma, and they put it in. And one of their members, he was in charge of tape loops and bringing in electronic sounds. And so he just comes in, and it's just these crashing walls of sound that come in. And so really they're going back, they're trying to capture the chaos and the noise. Their guitarist, Martin, the electronic guy was Martin Swope. Oh, I can't think of the guitarist's name right now. Sorry, escapes me. They had to break up in '83 because he got tinnitus so bad because they played so loud, and he destroyed his hearing from it. And so they had to break up. They've reformed, they've done different things to help tinnitus, but these two classics that are just like huge for me, and you know, Grail status. I'm not going to say Grail because that's even bigger, you know, but extremely important. So these incredible finds, I've never seen OGs, and I've been looking many years, so very, very, very excited. Real quick through here, we have this is a new one, came out. This is from Electric Six, Streets of Gold. Electric Six, they come out of Detroit, and formed in '96. First album was 2001. That had just let's go to a gay bar, Fire. I think the name of the CD is Fire. They haven't released it in vinyl. This is just Electric Six. They've done like 14, 15 albums. Clear Purple, doing covers, and they do covers on here of Rocky Erickson, of Fleetwood Mac. They do little lives from Fleetwood Mac. That's Entertainment from the the Jam, Slippery People from Talking Heads. They do Strutter from Kiss, Under the God from Tin Machine. I mean, this is just fun. It's a fun album. You're not going to get anything really new or different. You're just going to have good time music. That's what it's about. Good time music. And I love it. It's a 6-piece band. They got some horns and the keys going on in there. Fun freaking music. Electric Six, great stuff. Final one, just real quick, a Fela Kuti here. We have Sorrow, Tears, and Blood. And this is from Africa 70. This came out in '77, right after his compound had burned down. been basically the government attacked him. He'd done the album Zombie, and he pissed off the government and the police and the military so bad with Zombie that they raided his compound. It actually dealt, though, with the lyrics were written before that, and it dealt with Soweto, and he was very upset on what was going on in Soweto and the crackdown, so he wrote these lyrics, but hadn't put out the album. He did put it out afterwards, so many people interpreted it as it was about the compound raid. But this is a little slower. There's this mild sax going on, very good sax, very good keys, but it doesn't have all the funk crew. But he was kind of more pissed off on there. And the lyrics, it was everybody run, run, run. Everyone scatter, scatter, scatter. Some people lost some bread. Some people just die. I mean, that's what it sounds like, but dealt with Soweto, but it fit perfect. Great album. Really, really good. Just not as funk as the other ones, but important album. All right, that's my update. That's it. Appreciate everyone. There'll be some midweek. I'm going to try and get the second part of Bob Dylan out, and we'll get that out to everyone. Interested in a mug, let me know. Damn fine coffee. Hey, thanks everyone for watching. Let's do it again. Maybe next Sunday. Why not? Bye.